Your Excellency, that's where the world is going. The world is going digital, and that is why our executive board decided that theme. Let me also thank Your Excellency for assembling, that was a day before yesterday, assembling over 21 heads of government, including 14 presidents, during the International Development Association Summit in Nairobi. Your Excellency, I want to remind you, since I've been around for some time, that the only president who used to assemble a such magnitude number of heads of state, particularly from Africa and abroad, was the founding father of this nation, Mzee Jomo Kenyatta. And he went further to invite the different heads of the international institutions, including World Bank. As workers, we don't take it for granted. We want to echo your efforts, because you are selling this country. You are coming out in a clear way to indicate to the whole world that we are able, we can host, and we can also engage those who are coming here, and also plant a sense of direction into the leadership of this continent. Once again, Your Excellency, I want to echo your continued support to workers' invite. Since you took over as our head of state, one, you gave all of us a hearing. That was the trade union delegation, which was at State House with you on 14th of February last year, followed by presiding over our last year's Labor Day. We want to thank you, Your Excellency. We can't take it for granted. And after that, honoring the invite of the International Labour Organization Director General, Gilbert Humbo, for taking your own time to go to Switzerland, Geneva, to address more than 5,000 tripartite delegates in that conference. That shows how much you respect and you honor working men and women across the globe. And that, to us, was a plus, because since independence, no any head of state of our republic, Kenya, has had an opportunity to address the International Labour Conference. Your Excellency, you also didn't stop there. Last year, on 28th of November, you officiated and you presided over the opening of the International Trade Union Confederation at Safari Park, African region, which attracted all trade unions from all over the world. And in that conference, Your Excellency, you remember I whispered to you that here we have almost 1,000 delegates. And how will we be able, as a single center, trade union center, to manage settling even the bills of our hotels? And I reminded you, I told you in other countries where we have been, government have handicap come in to make sure that they assist the labor movement in this area. Your Excellency, we want to thank you. You didn't hesitate. Within no matter of few days, you send us 10 million Kenya shillings to assist us in offsetting the bill at Safari Park Hotel. We want to thank you for that good work. Your Excellency, the other thing we remind people today, I want my brothers and sisters to listen carefully, because some of our people cannot be able to differentiate a trade union with a SACCO or savings and cooperative societies that we have. Trade union is a pressure group, just like Sister Jacqueline has said, that employers organization, trade union, and government through the Ministry of Labor, these are the cardinal engine, particularly the center of economic growth in any given country. And it does not require hoppers, it does not require people to hawk in. It has enormous industrial relations machinery established for all of us to follow. when I hear some people coming out with some suggestions that are irrelevant, unacceptable, and not in tune with the dance that is on the platform currently. Your Excellency, we must always remember that Africa, Asia, and Latin America, we attained our independence through the struggle of the trade union movement, including this our country. In Kenya, we will always remember and forever celebrate our founding father of this nation, Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, who was part of the local government workers union, now the county government workers union. We must remember our several brothers from the Asian community. One of them was Makan Singh, who championed for registration of the trade union in this country and in East Africa. Followed by Cheke Kibachia, Agre Minya, Thomas Joseph Mboya, Fred Kubai, Vicky Wachira. Vicky Wachira was very militant, a young man in Nairobi. And Ratibu Hussein from Kibera, he was also a young man who fought closely with the labor movement for us to attain independence. We had Pio Gama Pinto, we had Ocholo Gaema Kanyengo, we had Martin Shikuku, Clement Lubembe, and Dennis Akuma, among others. These were all labor leaders before independence, including Fred Kubai. And across Africa, Your Excellency, trade unionists who spearheaded their countries to independence were John Tetiga of Ghana, Ahmed Tilil of Tunisia, Paul Humphrey Luanda of Uganda, Rashid Kawawa of Tanzania, Abdoulaye Diallo of Guinea-Conakry, Demba Diop of Mali, as well as Cyril Ramaphosa, the current president of South Africa. These are the gallants, fearless fighters, people who set us free from the labor movement. And we must remember them. We must have their history. They were not people who had been appointed by government on various positions and they want to pretend to be labor leaders. Shanzi son. And Your Excellency, today's trade union movement has changed from agitation to scientific dialogue. That is why you don't hear us on newspapers. That is why you don't hear us fighting. We are busy with the employers in boardrooms, negotiating for good terms and conditions of service of our members. And Jacqueline is here. She can bear me a witness. In my own union this year, I signed more than 44 CBAs to cushion workers from the cost of living. And some say, Atwoli, amekaa tu pale, hii mzee. Ni mzee wa ujuzi, mzee wa kisasa. We have moved from issues of advocacy, agitation, and so on to impress upon dialogue between us and employers. And Your Excellency, nowadays, because of digital economy, e-commerce, or platform economy as it is known, we research through our Kotu Education and Economic Research Department to any enterprise before we engage employer. Tunaangalia huyu ametengeneza pesa ngapi. Na ile ya juu ndio tunakuja kumwambia bwana, wewe kampuni yako imetengeneza pesa hii umenunua gari, hii umefanya hii umefanya hii pesa fulani, zingine umepeleka Dubai, zingine umepeleka Ulaya, na hizi zimebaki ndio sisi tunataka tugawanyane na wafanyikazi. We don't come to your office to for employers, and Jacqueline is here, blindly. We also look at the cost of living, consumer price indices, inflation rate in comparison with the national economic performance. And when we demand, you cannot escape, you cannot run away, because when we go to the industrial court, with those facts and we'll get what we want, or the Employment and Labor Relations Court. Sasa sisi sio wajinga. Tukikuja kwako tunajua una pesa. Kama hauna tunajua hauna. Na CBA has about 40 to 30 clauses. We will look into those areas. Other areas we leave financial aside. We will live until we support you to maximize profit, and with that profit we will share. Your Excellency, as I'm standing here, we have a slogan that an injury to one is an injury to all. Sister Jacqueline alishikia kidogo hali ya madaktari wetu, clinical officers. Saa ingine usiku hatulali, Your Excellency. Tukisema tutafuta njia gani mwafaka, which route, because you managed us on 6th of March. Wakati ulitangaza serikali haina pesa, you rendered court impotent, you rendered FK impotent, you rendered your Minister of Labor impotent, you rendered that committee that you had set out where my deputy was impotent, because as a worker number one, when you take over dispute, we cannot contradict you. We can't. We have no leeway in any machinery to contradict the head of state. And we must look for channels. Pale unakaa, Your Excellency, sio rahisi kufika. Kule ndani wewe ulikuwa free. Zamani ulikuwa unakuja kwa nyumba yangu nyumbani, unajua familia yangu, ukitengeneza chama chako cha URP, ilikuwa mtu tu unaweza kutana na yeye kwa njia, unakula na yeye mahindi. Little did we know, even we people who are in Azimio, utatoka nyuma upite kwa sisi namna hivyo na uwe president. So that position kukufikia sio rahisi.